we don't use that part of language being used in the industry applications, but here in the BDI, where the JSON agent speak language comes, though we have not used that particular language directly, the BDI structure is the platform for the conventional chatbots, right? So the chatbots is the intention recognition using RASA and NLU, natural understanding of recognizing the intentions, and then how these intentions will be used to find the proper actions. So this is the base for conversational agents, and this is the very strong base for all the agents simple level or the agent based structures, not the multi-agents. So the agent based structures where they directly interact with the physical environments. So you can use it by extending some features of the JSON or the BDI in the multi-agent environments. So if you don't understand anything today, while I'm explaining the concepts, please free to ask questions. If you could not understand JSON, you will not succeed in developing agent applications, industry-based industrial agent applications using this model. This is the key model, right? So if you could not use this model, then you are not able to model agent-based systems in the industry. That's simply the case. So I have given you 3 links here, right? So the agent speak language. So there's a book you can see here if you go there. There's a book which that talking about the agent speak languages. I will do a session on this language because I want you to learn this language and write a small program as a tutorial or assignment. And it will be the assignment of your one assignment of your course. And if you can buy also the book, it is available. You can download it from the internet also, right? So you don't need to buy the book, but simply go to their websites, and you can download the entire course and the materials, right? So you must study the assignment. The first assignment is coming from the JSON, right? And the other link I have given you, is the sorry for that. Okay. Other link is the running JSON. That is how you can simply use the JSON language to create a multi-agent systems or the agent systems. So you can, the JSON also come with their own plugins and the IDE. So where you can configure by yourself to run the piece of code, right? So I don't recommend this approach because this approach is good if you don't know much of Eclipse, but I prefer the second approach where you will call the JSON as a plugin in Eclipse, right? So I have not seen the JSON in the IntelliJ IDEA, but you might try it, okay? It is not supporting there. I don't know why, but some errors are coming. So, but this is working. So if you download this, what the installation guides and everything, right? You can set up this one in your Eclipse plugin. In Eclipse ID, the JSON will appear as a plugin there. So these things you have to try. I have given the link. So these steps are working, no errors, right? So basically you use this support here, you can use neon, right? Neon, the oxygen, but neon does well. The latest versions does well. So the indigo one is, this is the Eclipse version. So you can have indigo or the other versions of the Eclipse. But what I am suggesting is the latest version of the neon, or the later version, right? So if you download the Eclipse neon or a later version, then this won't give any error. And you can simply copy this one in the software installation in the Eclipse as a plugin to install as the install JSON as a plugin in Eclipse, right? So here what you have to do is did I stop sharing? No. Okay. All right. What you have to do, Putala, here I have already downloaded Neon for some other projects. Right, so what you can do here is, as the guidance given in that page, you can install new software. This is where you have to type those keywords and it will automatically install. And then you can go here and create new JSON project. If it doesn't appear here, you click the other and select here, right? And once you selected, you can have a simple one already defined by the system. These are Java files. Right? So this is coming under bin. So you can SL files. If you want to run it, you can simply run JSON applications. So that will this will be all right. So the server running and it will shows the messages. So today what we'll learn is you have to set up this environment by yourself. And if anybody has a problem, don't wait for the next time until I come back for the lectures. You can simply call to my number and ask for help, okay? So I put the phone number here. Don't wait until the next week, okay? So if you could not make the things work, very simple demo which is running, just give me a call, right? So I will have an extra session for those who could not set up this environment, and I will online set up with them, okay? Right. And please submit your net logo also files. Once you submit it, I will go through them, and then after I will write my own code to show you how to do that, right? Okay, so that's all, I guess. Okay, we can start. What is BDI? Right, so the application of the BDI. Okay, first of all, do you have any questions regarding the previous lecture? Is there anyone who having any questions? Right, so that's mean everybody has understood the part, right? So I gave you a couple of one question in the tutorial, right? So in that tutorial, the first question, the part one, what is you suggesting? Is it appropriate for the multi-agent system? Do you know? I gave you a tutorial, right? I believe you people are final years students, need to be a bit responsible. Yes, the first one. For which of the following applications would an agent-based solution be appropriate? A word processing software unit, an MP3 player with the wireless networking capabilities, an automated monitoring system for national railway networks. The first one. Can any one of you tell me whether we need a multi-agent system for our agent-based system for the first one? Anybody? Agent-based. A word processing software unit is required to be agent-based, right? What about the others? What about the others? පුතාලා කතා කරන්න ඕනේ. නැත්නම් මම මෙහෙමම වහලා යනවා. Agent based, හරි. Word processing software suite එකක් ගත්තොත් Microsoft Word ගන්න. Right? Let's take the Microsoft Word. So what do you think? When you take a Microsoft Word, what intelligent activities that system can do if you integrate the agent system? The word processing software system is working as an agent-based solution. So if you're introducing an agent you are introducing a word processor as an agent. You are modeling a word processor as an agent. So what kind of features you are supposed to implement it as intelligent features? So what features you want to implement as intelligent features? Grammar checking, okay. Auto-correcting, grammar checking. What else, Putala? The question here is, what do you mean by intelligent? The intelligence is whether you want to execute a piece of automated program or whether you have to show some proactiveness, reactiveness, and autonomy, right? So the grammar correction is running, if the grammar correction is running by a simple set of rules, where is the autonomy? If the spelling correction is run by another LDA function, where is your autonomy? The question here always you have to ask, if I propose an agent as a word processor, how this agent be autonomous? How this person can make decisions? How this person make its own decisions? and where at which degree this agent would be able to make a decision by himself. So if you take word processing like Microsoft Word to become an agent, when user type, what you can do is a grammar correction, which is already been in the system as a set of syntax rules, grammar syntax. If you think spelling correction, it's also it's a kind of like dictionary connected. You don't need to have any autonomy or the make decision by yourself of how to do it. You know what to do. Everybody will give you what to do, but you have to decide by yourself how to do it. So the grammar checking and the spelling corrections, you don't need to have agent systems. So when it comes to agent system, we always believe that it is need to be achieve goals. I told you, the agents are computer piece of programs that take autonomous actions that's reach to the or that satisfy the particular objective functions designed by the designer. So here, if you're running grammar corrections and spelling checkings as the ones of the decision processes, it is not correct because the agent does not make any decisions here. It just run a piece of program code and check whether it is aligned. So if it's spelling checking in the Microsoft Word, it's a dictionary attached. No, every time when NLP is processing, it's a dictionary attack, and the grammar is again a set of syntax rules attached. Right. So we had to very carefully introduce agent systems because in here you can see the criteria for using agent or multi-agent solutions that should be discussed here are the following. Decentralization of data control, asynchronous computation by distributed components. It doesn't have in the first one. Self-interested components representing different users with different goals. Do you have that? No. Need to delegate complex tasks to autonomous agent and not to tell them exactly what to do in each step. Your first application does not satisfy this either. Interaction between several components, particularly when patterns of interaction and communication cannot be predicted as design time. So none of these are satisfied by this word processing software suite. Because the word processing software suite, the features that you have mentioned, the grammar checking or the spelling corrections or even the formatting and all these things, even it is automated. It's a piece of automated programs. It is not autonomous. When it's something to be autonomous, the person should know once what it has to done, it should how to decide it, how to achieve it, has to be decided by that component. So your word processing software does not have that capacity. And the next one, agree? The next one, an MP3 player with wireless networking capabilities. Okay, what do you think? Agent-based or multi-agent or no need to agent, have agent? Yes, come on. An MP3 player with wireless networking capabilities. Everybody? What do you think? Who says, okay, raise hands. Who says it's no need to have agent systems? Raise hands. Hand raise karen dan nani. Yeah, okay. No need to have agent-based systems. Okay. 3. So those who think it is an agent-based system, please raise hands. Okay, the first row, right? The others, those who think it's an agent-based system. Okay. Those who think it is a multi-agent systems. Hurry up. So raise your hands, please. Multi-agent systems. What are the Latin? Okay, we have a question. The question is, yeah. The first one, what about the word processing or auto suggesting the word examples? It's again, what is your objective? The user's objective here is to write a piece of program. So here, the agent does not support anything in terms of achieving goals. It's just suggesting words based on the previous word. No? So that you can, what you are suggesting is the Google document that when you write an email, probably it suggests the next word. That is natural language processing. It doesn't need to be agent systems. So when it is an agent system, I told you, the agent has to perceive the environment and develop an internal model and trigger an action. So in this particular case, it is simply running based on NLP, and the NLP gives the next word. It doesn't say that by suggesting this word, it will achieve a goal. So to achieve a goal, it should be a long-term goal, but there where you have given a particular task to the agent should come up with the plan. He has to come up with the plan. So if he hasn't come up with the plan, then there's no autonomy. Autonomy is පුතාලා මම දෙයක් ඔයාට බාර දෙනවා. මම ඒ බාර දුන්නාට පස්සේ මම කියනවාට මට මේක කරලා දෙන්න කියලා. ඒ කරලා දෙන්න ඕනි විදිහ ඒජන්ට් ඩිසයිඩ් කරන්න ඕනේ. දැන් උදාහරණයක් විදිහට ගත්තොත් මම පාරේ යනවා. මම යනකොට මම ළඟ රොබෝ කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. මේ රොබෝ කරන්නේ ළඟ තියෙන බෝඩ්ස් වල නම් කියවන එක නම් ඒක ඔටෝනොමස් සිස්ටම් එකක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මගේ අතේ තියෙන රොබෝ මම යනකොට වටපිටාවේ තියෙන බෝඩ්ස් වල නම් කියවනවා නම් ඒක ඔටෝනොමස් සිස්ටම් එකක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක නිකන් NLP සිස්ටම් එකක් වෙනවා. ඒතර යම්කිසි සිස්ටම් එකක් ඔටෝනොමස් වෙන්න එයා ඒ ඩිසිෂන් ප්‍රොසෙස් එකේ යන්න ඕනේ. ඒ ඩිසිෂන් ප්‍රොසෙස් එකේ ගිහිල්ලා එයාට බාර දෙන කාර්යයට අවශ්‍ය ප්ලෑන් එක ට්‍රිගර් කරන්න. කෙනෙක් කියන්න පුළුවන් හරි ඉතින් යාර ඩිසිෂන් ප්‍රොසෙස් එකේ ගිහිල්ලා අර බෝඩ් එක කියවලා ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරලා දෙන එකනේ තිබ්බේ කියලා. එච්චර සරල වෙන්න බෑ ඔටෝනොමස් ඒජන්ට් කෙනෙක්. එතකොට ඒජන්ට් කෙනෙක් ඕනේ නෑනේ. ඔයා NLP එකක් දාලා කම්පියුටර් විෂන්ස් දාලා තිබ්බනම් ඒ මනුස්සයා ඒක රීඩ් කරලා ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරලා දෙනවා. එතන ඒජන්ට් සිස්ටම් එකකට කාර්යභාරයක් නැහැ එච්චර ලොකු. මම ඒජන්ට් සිස්ටම් ඒ කියන්නේ සිස්ටම් එකක් ඒජන්ට් බේස් සිස්ටම් එකක් යනවායි කියන්නේ අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම අපිට තියෙන්න ඕනේ එන්වයරන්මන්ට් එකේ ටාස්ක් එකක් ඩෙලිගේට් කරනවා. අපි අපිට කරන්න තියෙන ටාස්ක් එකක් යම්කිසි මිනිසෙකුට කරන්න කියනවා. ඒ යම්කිසි මිනිසයා කරනකොට ඒ මිනිසයා තීරණය කරන්න ඕනේ මම මේක කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියන එක. උදාහරණයක් ගත්තම මම වත්ත ක්ලීන් කරන්න රොබෝ කෙනෙකුට මිනිසෙකුට දෙනවා. ඉතින් මේ වත්ත ක්ලීන් කරනකොට ඉස්සෙල්ලාම තනකොළ ගස් කපනවාද නැත්නම් අනවශ්‍ය ගස් ටික කපනවාද පොළොව සමතලා කරනවාද ඒවයි මිනිස්සයා ඩිසයිඩ් කරන ප්‍රොසෙස් එක. වලවල් පුරන ඒ මිනිස්සයා එනවනේ plan of actions වලින් මෙන්න මේ විදිහට කරගෙන එන්න එක පැත්තකින් නම් කිය. අන්නේ plan එකක් තියෙනවා. අන්නේ plan එකකින් එයා ට්‍රිගර් වෙලා මේ දුන්න ටාස්ක් එක achieve වෙනවා නම් ඒක agent based system එකක් වෙනවා. දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට ප්‍රශ්නලා තියෙන්නේ දැන් word processing units වල සමහරක් තියෙනවා word assistants ලා කියලා. word assistant Microsoft word assistant කියලා. එතකොට එයා කරන්නේ can I help you කියලා ගහුවම එතන agent system එකක් නැහැ. එතන තියෙන්නේ නිකන් මම දෙන word එක semantic බලලා ඒකට අවශ්‍ය කරන pattern එක ඇතුලෙන් filter කරලා ඒ filter කරන pattern එකට action එක respond කරනවා. මෙයා goal එකක් achieve කරන්නේ. තේරුණාද? He doesn't achieve any goal here. So you have not given a task or a goal to achieve where he has to derive action by himself. A plan of action then අපි MP3 player එකක් ගත්තොත් MP3 player එක තියෙන වෙනස තමයි දැන් මම අහන්න තියෙන සින්දු the music that I would like to listen would be different from me to you, right? So then I cannot employ the same agent to you. That means I have to, as if I am your agent, and I have to follow what are the songs you most prefer, what genres you are most listening to. Is it good time you to play and play music for you? So I have to decide whether based on my client mood, which song should I play? So is it good time to play a song? That's everything I have to decide. And also I have to maintain libraries under different genres and your personal profile, and then decide and when to play. And whenever the new songs released to the internet, I have to go and search and see whether is there a new songs that you might prefer. And under these genres where we can, the agent can suggest you to have listen. So therefore, in an MP3 player, you can simply employ an agent. Why? You always tell if you take the Amazon Alexa, you tell Alexa play a song. So the Alexa plays the songs not arbitrarily. He plays the songs based on your profile, the way you have profile the person. So these are my classic genres, and these are the jazz, and these songs I don't listen. So he has to do some research on your profile and filter out a couple of songs, and then he can play. And also he has to see whether not even the genre, but also whether you like this Hindi songs, English songs, or the single or mixtures. There are a lot of things he has to decide when choosing the song. He has to see whether it's a good, it's a very morning or very late night, and so on, to make the songs. So to select the song. So in the morning, if you say good night and so something, it is not appropriate, right? So therefore, an MP3 player, you can employ an agent with the wireless networking capacity. What do you mean by the wireless networking capabilities is that he can go and search autonomously, and he can connect with the internet directly whenever he wants and search for the better songs that you might be preferred. And he can list it and sort it the way you like the genres and the rhythms and the beat and everything. And he can manage these profiles for you. And whenever you ask a request for a song based on your mood and the weather and the time, he can decide which songs to play. That is why an MP3 is an agent-based system. But if it comes to the word processing software, it is not, because word processing software has no clue of what you are going to write in your piece of document, because suggesting the next word doesn't make any sense, right? Okay, and the last one, an automated monitoring system for a national railway network. Is it agent-based or multi-agent? Yes. Hurry up. Send the chat box, chats. Okay, I think now everybody understood, right? So it's the multi-agent. Very good. So the multi-agent, why MP3 player is not multi-agent? So here the one agent is sufficient for you to do the profiling of the user and then search the internet and sort the songs based on the user's preferences. And the rest of the thing, that is the mood analysis, and whether when the person is if it has any way of recognizing the command given by the user, then he could analyze whether the person in upset mood or a happy mood, very basic status, and based on that he can play the song, right? But in its comes to the automated monitoring system, national railway network is a very difficult to handle by one agent, because MP3 player, the scope of the agent is very small, where it can be handled by a one person. But if you take the monitoring of a national railway network, if you're going to give it to a one person, okay, you go and monitor the entire network, will it be possible? It is not possible. So whether it is the agent system or a multi-agent system will be decided based on the scope of the problem and the complexity of the problem you have in your hand, right? So whether you have apply agent or not to apply agent will be decided by whether a particular program has a sufficient autonomy can be given to that particular program when it's take to decision and to achieve goal. And once it is decided, okay, this piece of program can be given the autonomy, that can be given an autonomy that could be that could achieve the goals while interacting with the environment, then you have to decide, okay, is it the agent or the multi-agent? So when it will be multi-agent, is that the complexity of the problem එක ගොඩක් ලොකුයි නම් එක්කෙනෙකුට handle කරන්න බැරි නම් තමයි අපි group එකක් assign කරන්නේ in real life එකේ. Similarly, we can assign a group here so to monitor the national railway network. So therefore it is multi-agent. So here, let's say the one track got stuck, or one train got stuck in the middle, then it should be automatically very fast communicate to the other stations, the nearby station, and the train drivers, train pilots. So therefore, a single agent could not handle all this entire national railway network, because there could be many failures at the same time. There could be many accidents at the same time. So it is so huge for a person to handle by himself. Therefore, we have to delegate that complex task into small tasks and delegate to the couple of intelligent entities. So you cover this area and you cover this area. And then we can introduce a set of centralized agents to take care of that assigned areas under them, right? So therefore, the third one is, as you suggested, it's a multi-agent system, right? Okay, I'll post some few examples the next time also, where you can have to decide it's agent or multi-agent or agent-based systems. Right, okay. So today's what we have to do is practical, that is the basic structure for BDI, the belief, desires, and intentions. Okay. So we have discussed the last week the reactive agents, the deductive reasoning agents, and then first we discussed reactive agents, and the last week discussed about the deductive reasoning agents, where everything is presented in terms of logics, first order logic. And then we discussed about the concurrent M language, where how the agent systems communicate, multi-agent system communicate and achieve in order to achieve the task. Today is the key architecture of many agent-based architectures. Actually, this is the key, and that is known as BDI. So let's go in detail. So the practical reasoning is reasoning directed towards action. So I always telling you don't tell agents how to do it. What I'm telling always is tell them what to do it. But when it comes to the practical reasoning also, practical reasoning agents, if you take the deductive reasoning agents, we simply said, okay, this is what we want to do, right? And then he find a formula of how to do it. And here also, so the when you have the reasoning, the first thing is when you have, I will directly go to the concept. I will come back to these things later. Let's assume in a simple case, I have a belief, the belief about my environment. Let's say I'm in a bus hall, right? I'm in a bus, standing in a bus hall and going to the University of California, right? So there was no buses and I was waiting around 5 to 10 minutes right now. I'm waiting. So still I have found no buses. Might be they are striking. So I'm keep on waiting, and the belief here is, my belief here is that there's no buses, and which is partially true, not always true. And might be they are striking, so that's also might be, therefore it is partially true. So the belief is basically is a kind of a set of internal statements to describe what do you think about the current status of your environment, right? So when you have the belief, right, mama ada gedara giyat guti kana, එහෙම බිලීෆ් එකක් තියෙනවානේ. එතකොට ඒ බිලීෆ් එක තියෙනවා ගියොත් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම කනවායි කියලා. හරිද? right? So එතකොට ඒ බිලීෆ් එකේ කියන්නේ නෑ අන්සර්ටිනිටි එකක් නෑනේ. අන්සර්ටිනිටි එකේ තියෙන්නේ යනවද නැද්ද කියන එකනේ. යනවද නැති එක තමයි uncertainty. So whether you will go there or not is the uncertainty. But if you go there, definitely you will be bitten. Okay? The belief එකක් කියන එක very strong. It can be a fact, positive fact. අද මොනවාරි අද නම් මට හොඳට කන්න හම්බෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේ facts එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම මේ මිනිස්සයා හොඳ මිනිස්සෙක්. It's a fact. Right? මේ මිනිස්සයා නරක මිනිස්සෙක්. That is also a fact. It's a negative fact. So the belief is consisting of the knowledge about your environment, right? And then you are given a goal to achieve, right? So this BDI architecture discuss about, based on your belief, how you're going to achieve your target. උදාහරණයක් ගත්තොත් අද මන් ඩීන් දෙක්ක ගිහිලා කොහොම හරි කතා කරලා මගේ ග්‍රාන්ට් එකට අස්සන ගහන්න ඕන. Let's see, imagine like this. I have to go and discuss with my dean and get his signature for this grant, right? So that's my goal, to get the signature to the grant. My belief is that he's a nice person, right? And he's a nice person and I can talk with him. He's a very friendly person. At the same time, I know that he's a very strict person. So the procedures will be strictly followed. And also know that he's also a moody person, right? So how many is belief? Friendly, can talk and negotiate, very strict, and also moody person. So if he's a moody person, that raises the uncertainty, right? So if you even follows all the things, if he is not in a good mood, he will drag this and cars to come tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, we have to discuss these matters, and so many things will happen, right? So I have a set of beliefs about this person and I have a goal to achieve within next hour. What should I do? I should come up with a plan, So if he is in a good mood, I can directly go to the room and get the signature. If he's in a worst or bad mood, what should I do? Should I directly go and talk, or I should take some other topic and make him calm down and change the mood, and then I present my topic? So these are the plans, right? Based on that person's belief, we know he's a moody person. So the moody person, some person doesn't matter the moody status, mood, they just follow the procedures. But there are persons who do not follow the procedures when the person is not in a good mood, even not ready to talk about anything. So therefore, the belief is very important. The belief will guide you how to create this plan, right? And your perception at that moment on the belief will help you to generate this action plan more accurately. So I know this person is friendly. I know this person is a very strict person and can negotiate well, but he's a moody person. So that belief is there. Now come the percept. So when I'm entering, I see, oh, he's in the seat. Okay, so when I see the face, the mood is not good. Now what will happen? That's the perception. So the perception says the person mood is not good. Your belief says the person is moody person. So what is now? Now you have a new knowledge, that is, since this is a person who is really concerned about the strict procedures and everything, and he's not in a good mood, then, but I have to achieve my goal, get the sign also, within the half an hour or within an hour. So your percept and belief has to work together and revisit my intention. So my intention is to get the signature, right? It is the final signature I want to take in. But with the current percept, will I be able to take the signature first? No. I have to have an intermediate intention. That is, by talk, I have to change the mood of the person first, and then take the signature, right? So you have given a goal to achieve, but that doesn't mean you can directly jump to the goal always, right? This is the status, okay, I will write an action. No, every time the percept is important. When you perceive, when the mood is not, then the person is not in the mood, you cannot directly jump to your goal. What you have to do is to get into intermediate action or the intermediate intention or intermediate goal. Change the person mood first. So when the person mood was changed only, then you can trigger, okay, now the goal is to get the signature, right? So let's say the other way around. So when you perceive the person first time, you see the person is smiling and very happy. While you are entering, the person entered the room. So you were in the intention of getting the signature right now. So after a couple of, let's say you are waiting outside and one person went inside, all of a sudden you see him, he's yielding at that person. So now what? You have to again postpone your main intention and revisit the action plan so that it will trigger intermediate intentions of again change the plan of doing it within an hour, or change the plan of revisiting on another day to change the to achieve the goal, or you just whatever happened, you will go and meet him and try to change the mood and get the signature. There are many options you can think of, right? So therefore, the belief, when it is interact with the percept, it tells the current situation based on your belief. And the goal to achieve based on the current situation. When you multiply your belief with the present, the current situation tells you what is the series of actions you have to figure it out to get you into the goal. That is the BDI architecture, right? So it is guide you to in that line. So this, the Bratman, Michael Bratman in 1990, it's a very simple concept. He's a philosopher, right? So he's suggesting this architecture, basically. What he's telling is the practical reasoning is a matter of weighing conflicting considerations for and against competing options, where the relevant considerations are provided by what the agent desires, values, cares about, and what the agent believes, right? So let's say a simple example again, right? So you know a person, he's always a bad person. That's mean he's not a very good person. That's he's always full of jealous with the others, and he's plotting with the others to make you unhappy. And you know, even in the presence of this person, nothing will work for you. So you always trying to avoid the person, right? So when you enter in that room, you find this person is with the dean of the faculty. So you are given a goal here to get the signature. So the person, the dean in the good mood, right? The dean in the good mood, he seems very happy. But you see that person is nearby with the dean. So the question is, will you enter to the room? Will you enter the room to get the signature? Probably the answer is no. Why? It is obvious this person will say something that will drag this process and conflict make some statement that conflict and misunderstand the statements. So it's better you should avoid this person even you want to get the goal, right? So in that, the agent, you have belief set. Now the perception is the dean in a happy mood, but you have this negatively impacted person always in the presence in his room, is present in his room. So what to do? Whether you will wait or you just enter. So the agent has to, not only the target you want to achieve, there are surrounding elements also that want to achieve, right? So this person is completely and conflicting object that makes the things worse. So therefore, you need to come up with a plan that cater. What is the science is what do you want to happen? You want this person to stay out of your actions, and you want the person to right now stay, go away from the dean office or go out of the dean office. This is what you want and desires, but still, and you want to achieve your goal, right? So let's say the BDI structure has two main activities, right? I will explain very concretely what is action. And actually, if you take the BDI, what we are practicing is an extension of BDI called BGP, Belief Goal Plan. So I'll discuss that part also, right? So the PR has two parts, that is the deliberation and mean and reasoning, right? As I told you, the first thing is to decide now what to do. You have a goal, you have a belief, and now come the percept. The person is inside. What to do? See the deliberation. The deliberation is concerned with determine what wants to achieve considering preferences, choosing goals, etc. Right? I have given a main goal. That goal is there, no change to that goal. I have a belief set that is dynamically changing. Right now, I might be thinking that the dean is good person and friendly person. Might be later on, you might figure it out. He's not that good friendly. He's a kind of not that much friendly person, right? The belief to be updated over the time. Let's say for a right now, all the belief has been updated, and that is what you think the person is, right? And now comes the perception, and it tells you, okay, that plus person is inside. So then what you have to do? You have to decide as an agent what to do. Conflicting component has happened together. The dean is in a happy mood, but the person sitting in that next to him is the negative person that you have already seen that always make problems to you. So therefore, deciding what to do has to be done first. And then meaning and reasoning is, once you decided what to do, then it is deciding how to do that. So I decided, even when I see the person there, I decided to wait outside the room, so that if he noticed me, he might take longer time to come out. So I should wait outside, or I should go back to my room. So I decided to return to the office, return to my personal office. And then meaning reasoning is deciding how to do that. So how do you go? Will you go by the stairs, or do you take the lift and so on? Right? And if you take the previous example, when the dean is sitting there and he's in a bad mood and there's no person in his room, still I cannot achieve my goal directly. So I have to turn his mood back to the normal, or make it him to the happy mood, right? So the deliberation is again deciding what to do. Okay, I have to. So if the person is not in a good mood, is a moody person, what the belief says. The final goal to achieve is to get the signature. But it's not going to work with the current state. So I have to, what should I do? I have to decide, what should I do now? So that I should do is to change the mood of the person. Then I have decided that I have to change the mood of the person. Then the next question is how I'm going to do that. So I have to come up a plan of how to do that. You can start a topic on this interesting area, this research area, and keep on discussing until you forget what make him angry, and then have a small friendly chat, and then present your need, right? So this is the two interfaces, two main activities, deciding what to do, and means and reasoning is deciding how to do it, right? So deliberation is concerned with determining what one wants to achieve, considering preferences, or choosing goals. Deliberation generates intentions. So the deliberation generates intentions. That is the interface between deliberations and meaning and reasoning. So what it's trying to say is, when you take the deliberation steps, you decide what to do. Finally, you have a belief and you have a percept, and you know what you want to finally achieve, and based on that, what you should do now, what to do, right? So you have a belief, right? And then come the percept, and then it will update your belief. That will cross with the intention, that is what your final goal. determine what you should do now, what is your current intention, right? And then you had to come up with the action plan, right? So this is you have a final goal, right? So in order to achieve this final goal, you have to, this is the last intention, right? Get the signature. But here you have now intermediate intention. To go there, you need to achieve this one, change the mood. So how to change the mood? So you have the updated belief and come up with the plan. That will change the mood, and from the mood to the plan that you can take to the signature, right? So if you do always see that, you can see right now the belief, the intentions. Here it is the deliberation. Okay? You have a belief and you decide what is your intention. So the deliberations takes in the belief and your personal deliberations, basically taking the belief and your perception, right? And some the intentions could also be considered because your final goal, and it will come up with the intention. Or if you have no intention, that's also all right at the beginning. So if you have the belief and the perceptions, it will come up with finally we say the desires. You will set up one intention, and that will be used for the mean and reasoning. To come up with the plan. So that's the idea. You come up with the belief and you have the perception, and that belief and perception tell you, oh, I can't go now, I should go back. One desire. No, let's wait a couple of minutes, he will go out, so then I can go in. Another desire. And the other desire, let's go in, what he can do for me. Another desire. One can say, okay, it's better to avoid, the person will come another day, right? So many desires. So the belief, perception, but you know what you want to achieve as a final goal. But based on the belief and the percept, you have a lot of options open. Whether you go in, you wait, or you go back to your office. So many desires, so many options. From there, you have to decide what to do next, right? So the deliberation is you decide what to do, whether you will go in, or whether you go out, or whether you wait outside. So once you have the set of desires, you have to determine what you will exactly do right now. That is, if I'm there, I will wait for a few minutes outside. So then that is my intention. So initially, during the deliberations, you intersect your belief with the percept, and you generate desires, the possible options, and from these desires, you committed for one. That is called as intention. And that will be the intention that will be used by the mean and reasoning to come up with the plan. See, once you entered to the room, the person went out. So I have a belief and I see the person inside. So I decided, I have many desires, wait outside, go back to the office, and come another day. So I decided, finally, my intention was to wait a few minutes. So I'm waiting for minutes. I sat in the seat and wait for a few minutes, reading my notes. And then I got another belief. So that belief tells, so I executed a plan. So I seated on my nearby seat, and now I got another belief that significantly changed my action, right? That significantly changed the action. So now I see the belief as the person left. The person left, right? So the person left, and so I crept in immediately. So I got the belief and perception cross again. The desires, more few seconds. So I decided from the options available, I decided, okay, I will intention as going. So I came up with the plan. The plan is the mean and reasoning. I knocked the door and opened it and went inside. And when I seated on the chair, I found the person who went outside came inside again. Now I am inside the room, person is also inside the room. So again, I have to revisit my desires. I have to revisit my intentions and problem. So when you are in the dynamic environment, you can control your actions, but you can't control others' actions. So you think the person left and he went inside, and once you seated there, the person who went outside came inside and seated next to you. What you should do, again, you have to reevaluate everything. Whether you will wait and discuss something else, whether you want to directly discuss about your grants and everything. See, it's not that easy to come up with a plan and saying this and this and this, because you can't control your environment. But what you can control is your action. And you can decide what is your intention. So these intentions are milestones that you need to achieve in order to achieve your final goal. These intentions get updated as the dynamicity of the environment increases, right? So it is not that easy. Understood? Right. So even you went inside and seated, you think you can now achieve the goal, all of a sudden the person came inside. Again, you had to revisit your desires and whether you want to discuss about the grant, you want to discuss something else, you will excuse and go out. So many options, right? And from those options, you consider, okay, I will go ahead and discuss. That is the intention, and then you have triggered a plan. When you started explaining the concept, the person is starting giving negative feedbacks. Don't apply these things, it's not going to work, and so many things. So how you respond while achieving your goal? So sometimes you have to stop of achieving your goal and focus on another intermediate intention, which directs the dean to ask him to not to talk, right? So therefore, you can always have goal, and you can always comprise of the set of beliefs. What you have to remember is you cannot control the environment action. So therefore, your actions, even you under control yours, the plans you trigger out will not be working as it is because the environment is out of your control. Okay? So the BDI provide a abstract architecture where you can implement in JSON language and decide, filter out what options and filter out what should be your final intention. and then decide how to come up with the plan. So the deliberations always allow you to filter the desires and find the intermediate intentions, not the final goal, right? So the goal is already set up, the intentions, and then once you finalize your intention, then how to achieve it. And then sometimes while you are running your plan, as I went inside and seated, you might again have to revisit your desires because the environment respond negatively. Then you have to revisit your desires and then select one intention and trigger an action plan. And when you are in the middle of that plan, again, something could happen that might positively affect your actions or negatively affect your action plan, where you might need revisit your desires and then achieve the goals, right? Okay. Okay, what is intentions? Basically, we follow the philosophy here. So we don't mean the action as intentions. We define the status of the mind as intention. So that is basically you are ready to commit it. මම තීරණය කළා ඇතුළට යන්න. මට එළියට යන්නත් තිබ්බා, හෙට එන්නත් තිබ්බා, බලාගෙන ඉන්නත් තිබ්බා. නමුත් මම තීරණය කළා ඇතුළට යන්න. So from the set of options, what you will decide and what you will commit to execute is the intention. Okay. So status of mind means that you have finally decided this is what I am going to do. And the end of the deliberations, you will find the status of mind. That is the intention what you want to achieve. So we always focus here on future directed intentions. That's mean pro attitudes that tend to lead actions. That's mean when you figure out the intentions, you need to remember you have a goal to achieve also. So in order to achieve the goal, from this particular, while you execute a set of actions to reach the intention, from there onwards, again, you have to trigger a set of actions to reach the goal. You might need to come up with a set of intentions to, before you reach in the goal. So here, always the intention is something that you have not yet achieved or committed, right? So, මම ඇතුළට යනවා කියන එක තාම ඇතුළට ගිහිල්ලා නැහැනේ. මම ඇතුළට යන්න තීරණය කළා. ඒකට ඒක future directed intention. ඒකට intention එක ගත්තාම මම ඇතුළට යන්න action එකක් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒකට මේ ගන්න හැම intention එකම will lead to an actions. මම එළියේ ඉන්න තීරණය කළා. මම තීරණය කරා තියෙන නිසා මම මේක commit කරනවා. Commit කරනවා කියන්නේ I make it as an intention. මම එළියේ ඉන්නවා. So I have to trigger a set of actions. So I will stay outside and seated on a chair and close by, right? So we make responsive, reasonable attempts to fill intentions once we form them, but they may change if circumstances do. As I explained, everything seems perfect when the person went out and I went inside and seated. The person came back. Right, so the intention to had to present the proposal within a second, you have to change and revisit your desires and finalize the intention and to execute a plan. From there to reach the intention and how again planning once you reach that intention, how to plan to reach the goal. So therefore, in order to reach the final goal, you have to come up with a series of time to time, you have to update your intentions. And time to time, you have to revisit your plans also. Right. So for an example, I want to go to upstairs. So since the person, let's say, I observed the person is having a very lengthy discussion with the dean. So I decided to go back to my office and come after an hour or so. So then my action was plan was, okay, walk back to the corridor and walk through the corridor and go to the lift and take the lift to the second floor. That was the series of actions I came with to go to my office. And when I go to the lift, I notice it has stuck, or it is not working. Then I have not to have, I don't need to change my intention, but I have to change the action. So I cannot make it using a lift. I have to change the actions. I had to use this case, right? So sometimes you might not need to change the intention, but sometimes you might need to change the action plans because some action doesn't work the way you expected. So the taking the lift was not successful. So you had to replace that with the appropriate one, staircase. And still the intention remained because there's no any changes to the intention you committed. The intention will be changed only if it is not possible to achieve only under that circumstances, right? Okay. So the main properties of intentions. If I adopt an intention, I will attempt to achieve it. This affects action choice. So when I say I will go inside, then you can't say, Mama yanna tirane kala kiwwata passe mata yanna bahe kiyanna bෑ. Right? So that is the agent system reasoning. We can say that, but agent can't say that. Once from the options he select, okay, I will select this one as my intention. Mema option wali make a mama intention එක විදිහට choose කරනවා කිව්වොත්, after that he cannot say I can't do this intention. Right? මම ඇතුළට යනවා. යන්නම වෙනවා. Right? So if I adopt an intention, I will attempt to achieve it. This affects so that plan has to be prepared first. And then the most important thing is these intentions drive the means and reasoning. Why? Once you decided what to do, then how to do is the means and reasoning. So how to do that? To achieve that, what to do and how to achieve that is the means and reasoning. So you have to come up with a series of action plans. Intention persists, that is, once you adopted, they should not drop until achieved, deemed unachievable, or reconsidered. So once you say, I will go inside, you must go inside. And if the what you have perceived seems to be unchanged, then you must execute your intention. Unless it seems unachievable, ඒක තවදුරටත් වෙන්නේ නැත්තම් මම ඇතුළට යන්න ගිහලා ගියාම අර මනුස්සය ඇතුළේ නම් මම ඉන්ටෙන්ෂන් එක රිවිසිට් කළා. මම ඒක රිවිසිට් කළා කියන්නේ postpone කළා intermediate එකක් ගෙනාවා. So I will deem unachievable or I will reconsider. So මට final goal එක තියෙන එක වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මම commit කරා. එතකොට ඒක commit කරපු එක මට පේනවා නම් ගන්න බෑ කියලා මේ වෙලාවේ. Then I have to reconsider. And otherwise, I have to achieve it. So the intentions constrain future deliberations. That option inconsistent with the intention will not be entertained. I want to get my signature and I'm so hungry and I see the dean is available for an extra hour only and this person is already inside the room. So if I go for my lunch, I will never be able to get my intention done. So therefore, even I am hungry, that is a belief I have. I will not take that options considered that will make a conflict with my intention. Then I have a belief and let's say I have gastrics and the perceive is that seems I'm so hungry. So then the person is already inside the room So will I consider this option of going back to my office and have a lunch? Obviously not. So there will be, when you have committed for a particular intention, you will not consider any other options that will not consistent with the intentions. එතකොට අරක කන්න ගියත් මේක ලස් වෙනවා. දැන් මේකට කමිට් කරලා ඉතින් ඒක නිසා අරකට කන්න නැතුව ඉන්න ඕනේ. Right? So that's how the agent works. Intentions influence beliefs concerning future practical reasoning. So that's mean when you say, I committed this intention, මම මේ intention එකට commit කරනවා කියලා කිව්වොත්, මම විශ්වාස කරනවා agent විශ්වාස කරනවා කියලා, he can achieve that. මම හිතනවා මට මේක කරන්න පුළුවන්, මම ඇතුළට යනවා කියලා මම තීරණය කළොත්, මම හිතන්න ඕනි මට පුළුවන් ඒ දේ කරන්න කියලා. ඒ වගේම so when the agent commits something, as a designers, we believe that agent believe that he can achieve that under the given circumstances, right? So when it comes to the intentions, the Bratman's model suggests the following properties. Intentions always pose problems for agents which need to determine the way of achieving them. So that is, if I have an intention to sign, you would expect me to devote resources to deciding how to bring about sign. That මම දෙයකට කමිට් කරොත්, මම මගේ ඉන්ටෙන්ෂන් එක විදිහට සයි එක තෝරගත්තොත්, මම මගේ තියෙන රිසෝසස් ඔක්කොම සයි එක අචීව් කරන්න ඇප්ලයි කරනවා. right? මොකද මම කරන ක්‍රියාකාරකම්, මම කරන ඇක්ෂන්ස් ටික ඔක්කොම මම පෙළගස්වන්නේ සයි එක අචීව් කරන්න. Intentions provide filter for adopting other intention which might not conflict. That's what I explained. If you find you believe is that you have gastritis, and you believe now perception seems like you're hungry and it's time for the lunch. So the design is to have the lunch soon, the better. But you have an intention that you might get the signature of the dean, who will be there only for another 30 minutes. After that, he will leave the room. So the person is already inside. So will you take the lunch? No, obviously not. You will wait outside. So therefore, when you committed an intention, you will filter only the options that will not conflict with your intention. Right? So the next one is, agent track the success of their intentions and are inclined to try again if their attempts fail. For an example, imagine I was in that room and I wanted to go to that dean's room. The person went out, so I crept in. And when I seated, the person came back. Right? So that means I have many options. So I can come out, I can wait there and discuss something else, or I can directly discuss my proposal. What I should do, let's say I decided to, seems like the person is very active, the negative person is very active. So seems like there is no way that you can convince this to the dean. Then probably you will rise it and came back out of the office and wait for a few minutes again until the person leaves. Right? So therefore, some other action karaham, you might fail. You might not be able to achieve your intention. Then you will come back again and wait there until the person go out. So the agent කෙනෙක් action දෙක තුනක් කරලා, if he tries the action 1 and action 2 and action 3 and get the intention, and he succeeds that this is not possible to achieve, this action went inside, it's not possible to achieve your intention, then you will turn back and start with another set of actions, and you will come back out and you will wait few minutes until the person go out, and you trigger some actions and achieve the intention. So the plans will be revisited again and again. When one action failed, it will try out another action until you reach the goal or the intention. So, okay. Okay, those are obvious. Right. So this is the intentions. So the Cohen-Levesque theory of intention is based on notion of persistent goal. An agent has a persistent goal. So this is how we define an intention in BDI architecture. The Bretman is a philosophy, and here is the theory that we are going to implement. Right? An agent has a persistent goal of if and only if it has a goal that psi eventually becomes true, that believes that psi is not currently true. දෙයක් achieve කරනවා කියන්නේ ඒක දෙයක් දැනට achieve කරලා නැහැ කියන එක, right? So I wanted to get the signature. That means I have not taken the signature yet, right? ඒක නිසා අපි හැමතිස්සෙම intention එකක් විදිහට define කරන්නේ ඒක දැනට achieve වෙලා නැත්නම් විතරයි. So it has a goal that psi eventually become true. අවසානයේදී ඒක සත්‍ය achieve වෙනවා and believes that it is not currently true. Before it drops the goal psi, one of the following condition must hold. Goal එක drop කරන්න කලින් සමහර intentions drop කරන්න වෙනවා. අද ගන්න වෙන්නේ මේ මිනිස්සයා යන්නේ නැහැ ඩීන් යනකම මාව දැකලා ඇතුළට වෙලා ඉන්නවා. So it's not going to work today then. You know, I see that the person is unnecessarily lengthening the discussion just because I'm waiting outside, right? So in such cases, you are not going to achieve that intention today. Then you have to drop the goal in terms of you will not achieve today, but you will achieve it later with different series of actions. Before you drops the goal, one of the condition must hold. That is, it is not possible and to achieve that agent believe it will never be satisfied or it has been satisfied. So when a intention එකක් achieve කරාම ඒක drop වෙනවා. එතනින් එහාට ආයි ගන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. ඒක achieve කරලා තියෙනවා. අස්සන ගත්තොත් අස්සන ගත්තා ආයි අස්සනක් ගන්න නැහැ නේ. ඒ වගේම එයාට drop කරන්න පුළුවන්. මේක අද කරන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. එහෙම කරන්න අද කරන්නේ නැත්නම් he will postpone or slide to find a different intentions to get the main goal. Right? Or else rather than waiting for the dean office, we might go out and have a phone conversation and come later on the day so that get the signature. That would also be work, right? So what is the intention? Agent intends to do an action alpha if and only if it has a persistent goal to have brought about a state where I believe it was about to do alpha and then did alpha. Whenever they get keyword, Mama දෙයකට commit කරා මම ඇතුළට යනවායි කියලා හිතුවා. ඒ යන්න අවශ්‍ය කරන පළවෙනි action එක alpha වෙනවා. ඒ යන්නේ කොහොමද? You knock the door or you will call yourself, call him outside the door, or you just push the door and go inside. Okay, the desires. So the desires describe the states of affairs that are considered for achievement. Desires are much weaker than intentions. They are not directly related to any actions or activity. As I told you, I have many options. When I crossed my belief with the percept, I have many options. So when I committed that one of these options, when I committed to one of these desires, then I will take the intentions. Once you decided that option is the intention, then you have to come up with the action plan that to achieve this intention, and you will drop this intention if you achieved it and seems it is not possible to achieve it on. So there could be update to the intentions, or there could be update to the actions. Some actions could fail without reaching to the intention, and there you might revisit the action plan, find an alternative action. As the lift case, you might need to use the stairs, and you find that particular intention is not going to work. It is completely impossible. He stayed there for the entire half an hour, so I had no time to talk to the team, so my intention fails. So then I had to revisit all the desires and possible options and set up an intention that will reach the final goal of getting the signature, right? So, hey, this is the BDI architecture, finally. Shall I have a small break of 10 minutes? Shall we back by 7:45? Okay, we'll back by 7:45. Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's start again after everybody's back. Okay, this is the belief, desire, and intention BDI model. The first one is we have 5 functions. This is the structure. Right? There's some problems in this structure. There's an updated version of this. Let's see first one. So that's first one is belief revision function, right? So the BDI architecture is a architecture of 5 main functions. That is your belief revisions, option generations, filtering, and planning functions, right? So the first thing is the belief revision function. The belief revision functions update beliefs with the sensory input and previous belief. You can see here, you get the sensory inputs, right? So you get the sensory inputs, and then you have already have your belief, right? So you apply this belief and the sensory input, and then it will get you belief revision function, which will itself update the belief, right? And the next one is generate options function. Use beliefs and existing intentions to generate a set of alternative options. So they use beliefs and existing intentions to generate a set of alternative options called desires. So the once you have the beliefs inside, and the give me a minute. Sorry, it's a call I had to take. Okay. The BDI architecture, you take the belief revision functions, and then you get the, you input your existing beliefs and the sensor inputs, and that belief revision function will update your beliefs. And then it comes to the generate option function, which consider, the generate option function consider your current intentions. Can you see? Your current intention, and it will consider your belief and then generate the available options. Mata athlete unknown. I want to get the signature. So now the person is inside. That is your updated belief. So then the desires. So then it comes here, the possible options you can think of, and then you can filter out what intentions you can select in order to which not conflict with this intention. The athlete unknown කියන එක දැන් wait වෙනවා කියන එක decide කරන එක main දැන්ට මේ signature එක ගන්න ඕනේ කියන intention එකට conflict වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට මම එළිය වාඩි වෙනවා කියන intention එක signature එක ගන්නවා කියන intention එකට conflict වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට ඒක නිසා when you get the sense input and when you update the belief, it will give you a set of options where you can look into in order to achieve this intention. No? So the generate options consider the set of intentions, the intentions that you have committed and your current belief updates, and it will give you a set of desires. Once you have these desires, you will filter again what is your real intention right now. So you take your desires and the current intention as well, right? So you take your desires and the current intention as well and decide what is your next immediate intention should be. So you don't drop your previous one. You just want to update with the adding a new intention. So you want to get the signature. And now you wait outside. So that is another intention. We will wait outside, right? So on top of the previous intention, you add a new intention where you must achieve it in order to achieve the next one. So that intention will give you a series of actions. That is the mean and reasoning, right? I කියන්න දැන් sense input එක දාලා තියෙන belief ටික දැම්මම belief revision function එකෙන් belief ටික update කරනවා. ඊට belief ටික update වුණාම ඒ belief ටික update වෙච්ච ටිකෙන් දැන්ට තියෙන intentions considered කරලා තියෙන belief ටිකයි intentions ටිකයි consider කරලා ඔයාලට desires ටිකක් එනවා. right? මේ desires ටික දිහා බලලා දැන්ට ඔයාට ගන්න තියෙන intention එකක් දිහා බලලා ඔයා decide කරනවා ඔයා දැන්ට තියෙන intention එකේම ඉන්නවද ඊට කලින් වෙන intention එකක් achieve කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒක ඔයා මෙතන තියෙන stack එකට තියෙන intention එකේ ඉන්නවා නම් ඒකෙම ඉන්නවා. නැත්නම් වෙන intention එකක් achieve කරලා නම් දැන් තියෙන එකට එන්න වෙන්නේ අලුත් intention එක on top of that දානවා. දාලා ඒ committed කරපු intention එකට action plan එක generate කරනවා. Okay? Okay, so this is the formal model. Let capital B is a subset of belief and the D is a subset of desires and I is the subset of intentions. So the B is a belief, D is a desires, I is a subset of intention. B sets describing belief, desires and intentions of agents, right? B for the belief, desires, and the intentions is the subset of these means beliefs, desires, and intentions. Percept, PR, and actions AZ as before. That's mean what you understood as the percept is the PR, and action is the action that you will trigger. Plan is a set of all plans for now sequences of actions. So the plan එකක් කියන්නේ sequence of actions ටික. You can have a plan recipes also. We'll discuss in a while. So the action plan is a sequence of actions where from the current state to achieve the goal state. You මේ තියෙන තත්ත්වයේ සිට අවසානයේ සිටිය යුතු තත්ත්වය දක්වා යන්න අවශ්‍ය. දැන් තියෙන තත්ත්වයේ සිට අවසානයේ සිටිය යුතු තත්ත්වය දක්වා යාමට අවශ්‍ය කරන විදිහට ක්‍රියාවන් ටික පෙළ ගැස්වීම තමයි plan එක කියන්නේ. Right? So then it's a sequence of actions. We describe the model through a set of abstract actions. That is belief revision function. We model it as you take the belief and multiply it with the perception, you will get a new belief, this function, right? And the option generation function, you get the belief, updated belief, and you get the intentions, you get the new desires. And when you get the new desires and you get the intentions to the filter function, you get the final committed intention, right? So the belief, so you can get the, if you want, you can have the belief and the desires and the intentions all together, and you will revisit your intention. Revisit means not to drop, but to revisit means whether you can immediately achieve this intention or you have to revisit another intention to achieve this one next. That is stack එකේ මෙයා උඩින්ම තියාගෙන ඉන්නවාද මෙයාට උඩින් තව එක්කෙනෙක් දාන්න ඕනේද මේ දෙවෙනියට මෙයාව achieve කරන්න. Right? And then so the belief, desires, intentions and the final intentions and the means and reasoning plan. So you get the final intention and you get the belief, right? Now you have the intentions, you have your belief, and that is your current state of the observation. This is your current state. You see, belief into percept is the current state about the environment. තමන්ගේ දැනුමේ හැටියට මේක තමයි environment එකේ state එක. මේ belief state එක. මේක තමයි achieve කරගන්න තියෙන එක. මේක තමයි කරන්න පුළුවන් actions ටික. So these are the current state of the environment. This is what you want to achieve, and these are the possible set of actions. So means and reasoning mean you derive a plan where you can achieve the derive a plan, a sequence of actions where you will move from the current state to the goal state or intention state. හරිද? ඇත්තටම වෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ වගේ දෙයක්. හරි සරලයි. So you get the belief. Right? So we have a set of belief status. This is belief status. And then you have desires. And then you have intentions. Desire set at t equals 0 and it equals 0. And the belief set t equals 0 and then it is right. So when it is crossed with the percept, then it will go and fix into it will update you with the new belief state. And so it will go and update you to the new belief state. So this is the t equals 1 belief state. And with that, you have an initial goal. This is your goal, final goal. And there was no desires. So you get the goal and the belief. Right? It will generate you options. What to do? Desires. Right? And from there, you committed one desire and that will become as an intention. Okay? And after that, you will trigger an action plan. Action 1, 2, up to action 8. So all of a sudden, when you trigger an action, the perception effect changes. So now comes the belief state equal to. So the belief state equal to with the new percept, right, will again check with the intention. So this one and this one will cross check and it will give you desires. So these desires will give you final new intention, or it will keep the same intention, or it will give you new intention. In order to achieve this, you must first achieve this one, right? And when you are running, you noted this is not going to be achieved, you dropped. And you will revert back to the next one. So how to achieve this one from this current state? So again, you will revisit and find set of options and introduce new intention. And now achieve this, and then we should be able to achieve this. That's it. So that's how the system. Okay, so this is how the BDI control loop works. So the B naught is the initial belief state, and the I naught is the initial intent and the initial intention state, that is the goal to achieve. So you will get the next percept through C function. So the C function, you get the belief state, and the when it is connected with the perception, you will update your belief, and that updated belief and your intention will give you a set of desires, and that desires and updated belief and the intention you have will revise the intention, whether you will keep the existing intention or you want to introduce new intention on top of that. And once you have the intention, that is your goal, the intermediate goal you want to achieve, and the current state you are in, this is what you want to achieve as an intermediate state, and these are the options of actions you are available. Then you come up with the plan, the sequence of actions, right? And while not empty, and it is while not, the action plan is empty. So the plan is a sequence of actions. Action 1, action 2, action 3 is a sequence of actions. The plan could be empty or it could be succeeded. No, it could be succeeded. That is, you have achieved your intention under this belief state, or you have realized it is not impossible. It is impossible. That means under this belief state, this intention is not possibly achieved. While not empty or succeeded or impossible, you do head 5. You get the head is a stack, right? 5 is a stack. You get the head element of this stack, first action, and execute that action, and then assign the tail 5 as the 5. So stack is readjusted to the tail of the previous stack is adjusted to the stack. I make a while empty or succeeded or impossible, you run this plan. When you run this plan, you will find some of the time the action fails. So therefore, you might not able to succeed in the I, or you might find it is not possible to achieve the I either. So this is the BDI control loop, right? But if you see how it works, this is a very good example to explain how it works. Let's go through very fast, right? So the next week we are doing JSON only, no theories. So the BDI architecture, so once you have the the intentions that you have committed has been identified, you have to trigger action plan. Right? So when you take the how you people trigger action plans, there are ways that you have to write, how to write an action. We call action is a recipe, action recipe. So the BI architecture formal model means in reasoning, how to achieve goals using available means. Classical AI planning uses the following representation as inputs: a goal, intention, task to be achieved or maintained, right? So the a goal or a intention, task to be maintained, current state of the environment is belief. This is what you will take into the plan, same as this one. Belief, intention, and action recipes. Possible action, state of the environment that is belief, and the intention that way to achieve this goal from this environment state by using this set of actions. මේ actions ටික භාවිතා කරලා මේ තියෙන තත්වයෙන් මේ තත්වයට පත් වෙන්නේ කොහොමද? එහෙම තමයි යන්නේ. Right? Output is a plan, a recipe for action to achieve goal from current state. So before the JSON comes, there's a language called strips that was used in early those days. JSON is a Java agent-based environment, right? So the Java agent speak language, which can be written in terms of, it can be easily integrated with the Java language, right? So here, output is a plan, a recipe for action to achieve goal from current state. The strips is the most famous classical planning system. Your state and goal are described as logical formula, and action schema describe preconditions, effects of actions. Mama action eka trigger karan. If I want to trigger an action on the environment, දැන් උදාහරණයක් ගත්තොත් බත් කන්න. කවුරුහරි කිව්වොත් බත් කන්න කියලා. We assume that you have the plate of rice ready. To start the bed. So there are certain preconditions you should need to meet before trigger an action. ඒ action එක ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න අවශ්‍ය වෙන precondition එකක් තියෙනවා. So when you want to trigger an action, you will notice that there is a particular precondition you need to meet in order to execute that action. උදාහරණයක් ගත්තොත් බස් එකට නගින්න. බස් එකක් තියෙන්න බෑ. නේ? ඒතර බස් එකට නගින්න you might want to have the conditions set up. Right? The precondition එක define කරන්න ඕනේ. Action schema describe preconditions and the effect of the actions. So if you given the block word example එකක් ගත්තොත් මේ වගේ මේක හරි සරලයි. නමුත් අර concept එක clearly ඔයගලන්ට pass වෙනවා. මොකක්ද precondition එකක් කියන්නේ? මොකක්ද action එකක effect එකක් කියන්නේ? හරි? එතන අපි BDI architecture එකේ I ඒ කියන්නේ plan එක execute කරනකොට ඒ plan එක execute කරන තැනදී අපි decide කරන්න ඕනේ මේ ගහන action sequence එකක් අනිත් එකෙන් පස්සේ execute කරන්න plan එකේ. මම දැන් බත් කන්න කියලා ඊළඟට වාට කියනවා මේ බස් එක නගින්න කියලා. කරන්න බෑ. නේ? ඒකට ඒ වගේම දැන් ඔයා ඉන්නේ ගෙදර නම් මම ඔයාට කියනවා ලෙක්චර් එකට යන්න. කරන්න බෑ. ඒකට අර කරන්න පුළුවන් action පුළුවන් විදිහට මේ action පෙළ ගන්න. So once you execute the first action, it will meet the precondition of the second action. Once you execute the second action, it will meet the precondition of the third action, and so on, right? Okay, the first one is a set of cube shaped blocks sitting on a table, right? So if you take this example, you have see 3 cubes. They move around, stack blocks one at a time. එකක් උඩ එකක් තියන්න පුළුවන්, එහෙට මෙහෙට කරන්න පුළුවන්. So the goal is to configuration of stacks of blocks. කියලා තියෙන structure එකට මේ blocks ටික හදන එක තමයි මේ robot arm එකේ main purpose එක. So let's formulate it using strips. So the first thing is we have to understood how we define the environment state. So they are using couple of cases. Clear A. That means clear A means you can place on top of A, there is no block. On A, B. So that indicates A block is on B, right? On table B, that means the B stack is already on the table. And C on table means the C cube is already on the table. And C clear means there is no block or cube on top of C, right? So the state description is, if you take the current state, it has been clearly defined, clear A, there is no cube on top of A. On A, B, there is no cube on A, the A cube is on B. On table B, the B is on the table, the C is on the table, and there's no cube on C. So same for goal description. Then mama environment state එක define kara. Then I'll come to the goal description. On table A. So what I'm saying is, I want to have the table, A is on table. So I want to move the cube A to the on the table, and on table B and on table C. So that is the goal state I want to achieve. So the first line shows what is my current state is, and this shows what my goal state is. So in order to achieve that, I have to come up with the action sequence. So these are the actions schema. So the recipe of actions or the perform. Robert arm. So this particular action name is stack, X stack on Y, right? So here stack is not there. So in order to X stack on Y, what is the understanding, the precondition you have to meet is the Y should be clear. There should be nobody on Y. And the arm is holding the X. Arm is holding the X and there's nobody on Y. Then you can put X on Y. Then what you have to delete from your environment or from your belief or from your current state, this one, that is, you now no more clear Y is clear. Then Y උඩ තිබ්බහම මේ action එක මේක තමයි precondition එක. Y උඩ කවුරුත් නැහැ. arm එක X එක අල්ලගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. Then once you execute this stack XY, this state will be null. මොකද X උඩින් Y උඩින් X තිබ්බහම Y clear වෙන්නේ නැහැ. The clear Y is no longer valid. And holding X is also no longer valid. Then what you can do is, it will add a new state that arm is empty and X is on Y, right? So the preconditions are there. There are some removing belief from your belief sets, and new belief will be added to your belief set. If you perform unstack XY, that means උස්සලා වෙන තැනකින් එතනින් උස්සලා ගන්නවා, right? So on XY, so X is on the Y and clear X, nobody on top of X, arm is empty. Then that's the precondition. So then what you perform is unstack XY. Then you take the X to the robot arm. Now you will add a new observation. Now the arm is not empty, so therefore it should be deleted. X is now inside the arm, so on XY should be deleted. You should add holding X and clear Y. and the pickup X. So similarly, you can see pre-clear X on table and you go and go on. So like that, you can define actions. The most important thing, when you execute this action, what should be in order to execute this particular action, what preconditions should be met, and what conditions, once it is executed, what belief should be removed and what belief should be added to the belief set. Okay. So in order to achieve that previous one, from here to here, what you should do, we have to unstack first, no? Unstack A, B. So on A, B, clear A, arm is empty, that's precondition. And then delete on X, Y and arm empty deleted, and hold in A and clear B, right? So we have to perform unstack AB. Once you unstack AB, then what you have to do is put down, right? So the hold in A, and when you put down A, it will add arm empty on table A and it will delete this state. So like that, you can execute actions that will come, take the preconditions and reach to the goal. So here, එක කරලා පෙන්නන්න ඕනේ නේ, තේරෙනවනේ. Unstack AB කියලා ලියුවාම හරිද? මේකේ මේ ස්ටේට් එතකොට මගේ බිලීෆ් එක වෙන්නේ මේක තමයි. හරි. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ මට ඕනි ගෝල් එක මේක. ඒක දිහා බලාගෙන මම unstack AB බලන්න. So if I say unstack AB, so what is the precondition I should execute? Meet in order to execute this one on XY. Is it? Yes, that's there. Clear A, it is there, and arm empty. Yeah, arm empty is there. Yeah. So all the precondition has been met, so I can execute unstack, right? So then, if I execute unstack, what will happen? It will give you clear Y. So you have to update clear B. Sorry. On AB should be removed, right? And arm empty should be removed. So it will be B, C, and then now arm has holding A. The arm is holding the A. That's the state, right? So in order that, so the new state is the clear A on table B, the previous one, right? And clear C on table C. And what will be adding? Holding this one, holding A and clear B, right? Then I check again which action will satisfy the preconditions. So the pre-holding X, okay, holding A, it's here. I can put the put down now. Right. So the put down will trigger this statement. So that will give delete what? It will delete holding A, and it will add on table B, previously on table C, and then on table A. And clear ABC. And that's what you want as the goal state. So what you have to understand is when the preconditions, when you check what is the action possible, sometimes more than one preconditions would possible. So the more than one actions could be possible. So there you have to decide based on the intention you have to achieve what action sequence you should perform. That's why here, if you take here, the intention being considered when you're picking the plan, right? So it's just not a belief to actions. Just you have to reach the intention once you execute this plan. Right? So when I give the plan as unstack and put down, it will take the belief state to the intention state. So I could have said the pick up, and pick up is also possible. The on table X, and I could perform pick up C, right? Instead of unstack KB, I could easily perform under this state. I could perform pick up C. So if it is pick up C, then that will not reach to the goal state. So therefore, when you trigger the actions, at the end of the action, you should reach the intention state. Okay? So that's what we call here in a formal way, right? So when you take in the planner, right? So as we have discussed in the example, when you take a planner, it is having preconditions. That is, when each action alpha has a precondition, it can be executed. Certain conditions should be met in order to execute this action alpha. And delete conditions. Once you executed it, it will update, and these desires or the D sets, that means set of beliefs will be deleted, and it will add new belief sets, that A alpha, right? This is the delete set, and this will be a new set. Define a set of order logic formula for precondition, delete, and release. Although these may contain variables and local connectors, we ignore these for now. And let's take very simple case. A planning problem where you have delta, O, and gamma over action specifies. Delta is the belief about initial state, list of atoms, right? So you have the belief state here. This is your delta, right? So the delta is there. A set of operators or descriptors, that is mean your action schema, right? So the O is the action schema. This is your capital law, right? And intention, set of literals to be achieved. Here your one intention is this one, right? So you can see that in order to achieve this particular intention, I achieve intermediate intentions could also be achieved, right? Okay. So then a planning problem always consider the belief state, set of schemas, a schema database, and also the set of intentions. And plan is a set of sequence of actions. So in a planning problem, a plan determines a sequence of environment models, right? So you can see the environments models, different belief state, delta naught to delta n. So at the initially, delta naught is equal to the delta, that is means your initial belief state, right? So once you executed an action, so it will be updated new belief state. තියෙන belief ටික delete වුණා මතකද? තියෙන belief ටික delete වුණා. මෙතනින් දෙකක් අයින් වුණා. අලුත් ටිකක් add වුණා. හරි? ඒක තමයි මේ ලියලා තියෙන්නේ. So you have initial belief state and then it will remove, once you trigger an action, it will remove the existing beliefs and will new set of beliefs. Right? So this file, the plan sequence of action or plan recipe is acceptable. ඒක පිළිගන්න පුළුවන් නම් with respect to these belief sets and action plan schema and the intention, if and only if කොහොම වෙනවා නන්ද ඔයාගේ මේ delta I minus 1 previously තියෙන belief state එක precondition එකක් වෙනවා satisfy වෙනවා ඊළඟ action එකේ. එනවාද කියප එක නැත. මේකයි කියන්නේ අපේ සරල දෙයක් තියෙනවා. මම action sequence එකක් suggest කරනවා. මම action sequence එකක් suggest කරනවා. alpha 2 alpha 3 මේක මගේ file. හරිද? මට තියෙනවා delta naught කියලා belief state එක. හරිද? මේ alpha ට තියෙනවා preconditions ටික. t alpha 1 එකට තියෙනවා d alpha 1 delete වෙන ටික, a alpha 1 add වෙන ටික. මෙයාට තියෙනවා p alpha 2 d alpha 2 and a alpha 2. මෙයාට තියෙනවා p alpha 3 d alpha 3 and a alpha 3. එතකොට දැන් මගේ action sequence එක මොකක්ද? alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha 3. ඒ කියන්නේ alpha 1 execute කරනවා ඊට පස්සේ alpha 2 execute කරනවා alpha 3. එතකොට මේ 5 කියන action recipe එක නැත්නම් plan sequence එක plan එක acceptable කියලා කියන්නේ. මේක acceptable වෙන්නේ මේ action එකෙන් එනවනේ මට belief state එකක් delta 1 මේ action එක execute කරාම මට එනවනේ belief state එකක් අලුත් updated එකක් මෙයා ඒ updated එක සමාන වෙන්න ඕනේ මෙයාගේ precondition p2 alpha 2 වල precondition එකට මෙයා precondition එක මෙයාගේ subset එක නොවුනොත් මේ alpha 2 execute කරන්න බෑනේ. එතකොට අනිවාර්යෙන්ම අරයාගේ action එක execute වෙලා update වෙලා එන belief state එක ඊළඟ action එක suggest කරලා තියෙන action එකේ precondition එක ඒකේ subset එකක් වෙනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් alpha 2 execute කරන්න බෑ. එයාගේම phi කියන එක correct කියලා කියනවා. මේක soundness. The phi is correct with respect to delta or the action sequence and the set of functions. The phi should be acceptable. Make acceptable වෙන්නත් once you execute the entire action sequence, මුළු phi එකම execute වුණාට පස්සේ phi n අවසාන belief state එක කියන්නේ phi 3 නේ මෙයා execute වුණාට පස්සේ එන belief state එක මගේ goal එක වෙන්න ඕනේ නැත්නම් intention එක වෙන්න. එතකොට මේ එකිනෙක execute කරලා එනකොට හැදෙන intermediate belief states ටික අනිත් එක්කෙනාගේ ඊළඟට execute කරන එක්කෙනාගේ it should be a precondition. So once the entire plan was executed, you take the last belief state that should be your intention where you plan to achieve. Right? In such cases, we call phi is correct. So we have a plan. The planning is a separate subject in artificial intelligence, but usually we can do it using BDI easily. That will satisfy. Start from your initial state, and then we reach to the goal state once the plan is completely executed. So intermediate belief state should always satisfy the precondition of the next action to be executed. That's it. Right. So when it comes to the planning, we have to consider again. Now we know head of the plan, that is the first action to be executed, top action. Tail, the rest of the array or the rest of the stack. I believe you have done data structures. The head and the tail, and the preconditions of the phi, pre-phi, and the body phi, that is the first action, pre-phi, refer to part of a plan, that is the pre-phi and the body phi. Execute phi to denote execution of a whole plan, when you execute the whole plan. Sound phi B to denote that phi is correct, given intentions I and beliefs B. So I told you what is sound, that is to denote that phi is correct. So that is sound means phi is correct given the intention and belief B. So now we are ready to integrate means and reasoning. So you can mean and reasoning, you can have your own plan sequences. අපි අර hard code කරලා තියෙන මේ condition මේ state එකේ ඉඳන් මේ state එකට යන්න මේක execute කරන්න. මේ state එකේ ඉඳන් මේකට යන්න මේක execute කරන්න. The problem is there, then you have to capture all the possible states and how to achieve the goal state. So there are cases like that, but we will not use that one, okay? Hard coding one. Right. So here the updated version. So let's see. So you have initial belief states and initial intention. And then what you do is you read the environment through the C function. And that will update your belief. And then you see the options, that is with the intentions, you will find your desires similar to the previous case, and then you find your updated intention. So once you've given that to the plan, it will give you a sequence of actions. That is the last time we discussed. So up to here, while not empty, succeeded or impossible, you execute the head of the plan and execute alpha and get the tail to be replaced, right? So here also, you find the same. You get the head, execute, and replace the stack with the tail of the stack. So before executing the next action. See here, you just simply execute the next action here, right? So it's an action while loop. But before here, you can see, before executing the next action, you again perceive the environment, right? So you perceive the environment and call the belief revision function and update your belief, right? So it will update your belief, and based on that belief, you reconsider whether you can achieve your intention under the given condition. If reconsider B, then if you think you should reconsider your intention, right? That means you are not going to achieve it. It's impossible to achieve it. Then what you do is you again select the options and find intermediate intention, right? If not sound, what do you mean by sound? It is not correct. That you will not reach to intention. It's not the problem of achieving the intention. The action plan you propose is not going to work. And similar to the lift is working. So if it is not sound, right? If it is not sound, and then what you have to do is you have to call the planner and ask for a different action sequence. So this BDI control loop version 2 is for the dynamic environments. So dynamic environments, once you execute an action on the environment, you don't know how the environment has responded. The status of the environment has been changed. So you have to re-update your belief sets and revisit whether you want to stay on the same intention or you want to introduce another intention on top of that, or you want to drop the existing intention. Once you reconsider your existing one, if it is existing one, you will no changes here. If you want to change, the I will be updated. And if not sound, once I updated, obviously the plan will not to be sound. If we intention remains same, but could be with the updated belief, the plan will not be working because I want to go to the second floor. The intention doesn't change, but the lift doesn't work. So the plan doesn't work. So I have to replan it. So the BDI control loop version 2 is good for dynamic environments. And this is good for static environments. So once you have the belief states and the goal states given, you can trigger an action sequence when you believe until you execute your entire plan, there will be a new plan. So this is for the static environments, that is deterministic, non-stochastic, and what is deterministic, non-stochastic, that is will your effect will only be there, no? So these kind of environments I'm talking about. And this static. So it's deterministic, meaning that is only your action. Single guaranteed effect. There's no other uncertainty about the state that we are performing an action. A action execute karot enne ekama state එක belief state එක. Static කියන්නේ තමන්ගේ action එක විතරමයි වෙන්නේ, අනිත් agents ලාගේ actions වෙන්නේ නැහැ. තමන් execute කරනවා, තමන් දන්නවා ඒක execute කරාම එන්නේ එකම මොන state එකද කියලා. ඒක concretely defined with the probability of 1, certainly defined. That determines it. That static වුණාම තමන් කරපු action එකට ආරෙන්න වෙන කිසිම action එකක් environment එකේ වෙන්නේ නැහැ. So that first version is good for deterministic static episodes environments. Of course, the discrete. And the second one is good for inaccessible, non-deterministic, dynamic, and non-episodic, so the continuous environment. That is for mainly the complex environments.